Hi guys, welcome everyone to the Dream Team stream. I hope you are all good. Just a quick go over from Game Week 3 and a look ahead to Game Week 4 to choose our Dream Team stream. Just a little sorry about coming at you a little bit late. Literally everything that could go wrong today has gone wrong for me. It's literally been one of those days, and just before I come on stream my light broke, so apologies if I'm a little bit in the dark here for you, but hopefully everything is good. It's good to see a couple of the regulars in the chat. I'll give a couple of you a shout out. We've got Nuclear in. Hey, how you doing, buddy? FPL DCG, Kev Mack in the chat, loving your work. Grekla's in, and Gearson, James, welcome everybody. I hope you're all good. So the Dream Team did incredibly well for points again. Like, honestly, you couldn't write it. Every week we're like smashing it in the points. However, of course, we did take minus 40 points. So technically we're only in plus 10 points, I think. This is probably not that great, and we are pretty low on OR. 5,700,000 there. I mean, you know, it's not great really, but that's what happens when you're taking hits, and we're not here for the points. We are here to choose a starting 11 effectively for the game week, and that is all. So let's take a look at how many of these guys made the Dream Team. Martinez did quite well with his 6 points, as did Digne. Grealish with his 8 and Mount with 12. Kane with 5 and Watkins not doing very well. I can't remember what that whole 2-2 thing with Jay was last week. I'll have to ask Graham when he's back in if he remembers whether he'll do badly or whether he'll do well, as to whether I have to buy him a 2-2. I'll have to check. But Lamperty on our bench doing quite well. I'm gonna say, looking at this, I don't think we've matched our 3 players of last game week making it into the Dream Team. I'm thinking maybe only Mount has made it, but let's have a quick look. The Dream Team got 139 points. Meslier beat Martinez. Mazuaku and Mings. Another double up on Aston Villa defence in the Dream Team. That's interesting because that's now 2 game weeks in a row. Robertson with his 10 points. We didn't have him in. Bowen and Horahan, not even thought about. But Mount made it in, so we've got 1 there. That's great. Mahrez made it in and Fernandez made it in. Unfortunately, we had neither of those, I don't think. Vardy and Robinson up front, neither of which we had, I do not think. So unfortunately, it looks back to being just on 1 correct Dream Team player, and I told you guys this was hard. Like, this is so difficult to get it right every week, really. I mean, yeah, it's so tough. So I'm going to get Graham in, and we're going to get choosing our game week players for game week 4. So do make sure that you get involved in the chat. This is what it's all about. You guys help us choose the Dream Team. And remember, it doesn't matter how many hits we take. That's the fun of this. We're just going to get in however many players we think are going to do well and make the Dream Team next game week 4. So, okay, on that note, let's bring in Graham. Hi, Graham. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, Nim. Hi, everyone. Yeah, very well, thanks.
Cool. So, yeah, we're right back down to just 1 Dream Team player. Unfortunately, we didn't do quite so well this game week.
It's a shame, but still chuffed that we did match the record best. And as we've said, it's never easy. Callum Robinson, hat-trick, West Brom.
Yep.
You just wouldn't see that coming. West Ham, Aston Villa defenders. No way.
That's 2 weeks in a row for Aston Villa defenders. Would you believe it? Would you believe it?
And you know what will happen now? Everyone will go, "Should we get one in?" and that, and then they won't keep a clean sheet. It's just typical.
It's just exactly that. It's so typical. You know it'll happen. And we'll put them in the dream team this week and they'll do nothing. You can see it happening, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Okay then. So let's go and pick the team. Let's go. I went all Irish there, didn't I? Let's go pick the team.
That's because you put done in your defence. So yeah.
Yeah.
On it to me too.
I've only gone and done it. Yeah, so that's exactly right. Okay, guys. We always start our Dream Team stream by allowing myself and the guests to choose a player they want for the Dream Team every week. And I am not sure this week. Let's get some of these fixtures up on screen so people can see the fixtures. Graham, have you had a little think about who you might like? Because I know you sometimes do a bit of research into this. You have a bit of a thought process. Me on the other hand, I'm just like, whoever I feel like at the time.
Yes, I've done a little bit of research. I'd just like to say well done to everybody in the chat who actually called Meslier out, but we didn't put him in because of voting. We all voted against, but still, well done for suggesting that. He played really well and obviously got in the dream team.
He did, yeah.
Secondly, on to my pick. And as we're speaking, everyone's saying his name in the chat. So it's definitely got to be Danny Ings versus that weak West Brom defence. Danny Ings has had 3 goals in 3 games. So 2 in 1 of the games. He blanked 1, but 3 out of 3 is not bad, right?
Yeah, true. And I think I would have possibly gone there myself had you not have done. So am I taking out your last week's pick of Kane for Danny Ings?
Yeah, do that. Yeah, because I think Man United a bit more trickier without Son in there for Tottenham as well. Definitely,
possibly,
I'd say to get rid of him.
Although Jose is trolling us with these comments. Oh my God, can you believe it? He might make it back Sunday. He might not. I mean, what kind of help is that to anybody? I mean, seriously.
None whatsoever to an FPL manager, that's for sure.
Absolutely none at all. Okay, so we've got Ings in for you. Who am I going to go with this week?
Here we go, because you said you was going to go with Ings. Who are you going to go with now?
I don't know. I'm going to have to think on this one, aren't I? I'm very tempted by Barnes.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. I like that because Leicester were knocked out of the cup by Arsenal, so they've had a little rest. So plenty of fresh legs there. Barnes has looked good. Got his England call up as well.
I think like the obvious pick for me would be like Jimenez, but we could even take a bit of a risk with Podence because apparently he is back now in training. But I just feel like I want to go Barnes. I'm trying to remember who I chose last week. Was it Zaha or did I go Grealish? I can't remember which one. I don't know. We were close with Grealish though, weren't we? Whoever made that pick was really close.
Yeah, exactly. He's played really well, hasn't he?
Or maybe I picked Mount, actually. I can't remember now. It was definitely one of these 3. I'll have to look back on the stream. I'll take Zaha out, I think, because I think they might have a fairly... Chelsea, yeah. We'll take Zaha out and I'll put Barnes in. That's my pick this game. Nice. So now we're over to the chat. Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. We've got Devin, hey Dev, and Jez, hope you're all good. If you're enjoying the stream and you don't already, please do like and subscribe. And yeah, let's get into this. So we need a goalkeeper. Let's start. We always start at the back. Not sure why, but just seems like the, good place to start. Nothing wrong with that, is there? Let's get looking then. So Martinez has done pretty well the last couple of game weeks. Liverpool up next would be a tough ask, I'm not going to lie. So, I'll take Martinez out. Let's have some names in the chat, guys, for defenders, please. We've got a couple of... Ooh, Leno, McCarthy. Ooh, couple for McCarthy now. Ooh, couple for Leno. So it seems to be between Leno and McCarthy this week. Who do
It's the
Arsenal
McCarthy
have?
bandwagon that I followed for game week
Sheffield.
1 that let me down.
Yeah. Yeah, I did exactly the same, buddy. I did exactly the same. Got him out of my wild card. At least Martinez matched him, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it could have been a lot worse. Okay, wow, this is fairly close. There's quite a lot of Lenos though, and I like Leno. It's a bit different, isn't it? I think most people would think McCarthy, so let's get Leno in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Although we're probably cursing Arsenal by doing this, so... Okay, in defence, people, I'm seeing quite a few Castanones floating about. Okay, who... We not want to keep Digne ahead of Brighton, no? We'd rather swap him for Castanone, or do we want to keep Digne and maybe switch Semedo to Castanone?
It's really difficult with the results
one,
we've had. It's so hard to predict.
Yeah, or we could up a Taylor maybe to we've got money, so we could definitely do Taylor to Castanone. What do we think, chat? Ooh, okay, there's quite a few shouts for Castanone. Laporte, ooh, like that shout. That's out of nowhere. See, this is the little gems we need, isn't it, Graham? The little ones out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't even know Laporte was match fit. Is he match fit, guys?
Oh, good shout. Not sure on that. Let's have a quick look if this says anything on the site. I think he might have... Yeah, I mean, it says he's fine. I feel like he might have played... Did he play last night?
In the cup?
Let me have a quick look. I feel like he might have done. I'm not sure if I'm just imagining that. But I definitely feel like... Go on.
James of Chelsea getting in the bonus points, even though he conceded 3 goals.
Yeah. Same for Trent on that one. Was a bit weird, wasn't it? Him not really doing very much and then still getting 3 bonus points was a bit like, really? No, I'm not seeing that.
Just doesn't feel right, does it?
No, it doesn't. Yeah, he did play last night and Burnley kept a clean sheet. City kept a clean sheet against Burnley, so Laporte could be a shout. Although, whether he would make the dream team, because Laporte rarely brings in attacking returns, he'd have to have a clean sheet and 3 bonus points, which is always difficult ask with that City, isn't it? With that City team, because other people can always kind of nick that clean, like that clean sheet bonus by being more attacking, I think. So it's always quite difficult. Okay then. So Castanone was quite high up for people, wasn't he? So
definitely.
I think maybe we'll switch Taylor for him. And then maybe we'll move forward unless people tell me who I'm switching out James to. Do they want me to switch Lamptey or Mitchell and go 4 at the back? Would they like me to drop down Digne, Semedo? Let me know in the chat now, guys. Let me know who you want to switch for James if you want him, because there seems to be a lot of people saying they'd quite like him in the team. So let me know who we are going to get Justin in for. And then I think we're going to have to look at this. Well, we've definitely got an injury up front with
Jesus.
With Jesus, so that's going to be one we're going to have to move on. Ooh, that's an interesting fact from Anthony. If going with an LCFC backline asset, Justin has most value, more touches than Vardy in the box this year.
Yeah, very true.
Very true. Oh, that's interesting then. So who would we switch though? Because would we take Castanone out, or would we do the double up like almost with like Aston Villa last week, where 2 of them made it in? Do you think?
So
That's
difficult.
interesting. It is difficult, definitely. We'll leave Castanone in for now, and then we'll come back to that. Everyone is saying Jesus to Jimenez. Does it not feel like the obvious pick this week, though? That's my only concern with this, is that it's very rarely the obvious people who make this dream team, is it? Let's be honest. Like, it just...
very true.
I mean, of last week, I think the only player that was the obvious choice that we didn't go for last week was Bruno, that made it in. I think everyone else we chose, you know... I mean, Vardy wasn't obvious last week, was he? And look, he made the dream team. So I
took him out on my wild card. Absolutely gutted on that one.
Oh no! Oh, great.
Yeah, wounded. It was just the end.
Oh well, you know, I did the same with Son the week before, so I feel your pain, buddy. There is nothing worse than selling a player before they haul. It's just horrible.
Yeah, like the timing of it, isn't it? To be getting on a player and off a player just at the right time, rather than doing it the other way and keep missing.
Yeah.
And FPL hurts like that.
Yeah.
But we move on. Game week 4 is going to be a good one.
Yeah, it is indeed. Triple with Barnes. Hi Matt D, welcome buddy. Okay, we've got... think it's got to be DCL on form. Yeah, I mean, even he didn't make the dream team, and it feels like he's just been, you know, tapping away goals for fun, doesn't it, at the moment? Now, these are more the shouts I'm looking for. Che Adams.
Yeah.
Bamford. Would have gone Richarlison instead of DCL, only obviously that injury is, yeah, it's... I don't...
Yeah, Everton have got...
Oh, Grekla with a lacquer shout there. Love that. Now, this is the kind of dream team shizzle we're looking for. Had to be careful there. Connolly from Jacob. Like that one. I like that one a lot. Okay, then. So, we've kind of skipped to forwards, but let's do it. Let's just do it. People are giving... You know, the chat leads the way with the dream team. I mean, you guys take me where we need to go with this. It's all good. So, okay. I would like a yes or no on lacquer, please. Chat, go now, please. Thank you. Yeses or nos. However many yeses will be counted to the nos, and we will pop them in. He's against Sheffield United. That's a great shout. I love that shout. Yeah, I think we should do it.
What was that? Who's against Sheffield United?
Lacazette is.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So I think that could be a great shout, considering they have really struggled in defence this season. Oh, we've got more no's in the chat, though, than yeses at the moment. Oh, hang on. The yeses. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 no's. I think they're all from different people. 1, 2, 3.
Someone's saying Mapai in there, but often he'll do something good, get on his high horse about it, and then it comes back to bite him. Several times.
So the chat are saying no. They don't fancy a bit of lacquer this week. Wow. Well, I think Kev and FPL DCG, make a little note, pop it down, and come back when we do the Dream Team stream. Probably won't be next Thursday because we're on international break, but the Thursday before we come back for Game Week 5. Keep a note, and if Lacazette does well, you come back and you tell us, because I like that sneaky pick myself, to be honest. I would put him in if it was down to me this week, I think, because I like that. I like that a lot, because that is the sort of thing that, you know, you need to with the dream team, you need to pick out these little, these little gems that nobody else is looking at. And Lacazette has scored in every game so far this season. Every game. He's kind of going unnoticed, I think, because of his price and because of the couple of tough fixtures they had there. So, yeah.
I think he'll be hurting from missing that chance against Liverpool. He got his goal, then he missed that chance, didn't he? And then there was another one where he was offside. He had his head in his shirt when he came off.
Yeah.
So I think that's the sort of shout, because when you on the eye with a player, you see him doing well like that, and you think, next game that's their time. And those are sort of shouts that make it.
Yeah, for sure. Jez says, if Laka does well, I'll give you the money myself. What money are you giving? 8.5 million?
it'll be £50 again, won't it?
Yeah. Okay then. So the only other one I've seen a lot of then is Bamford. So Bamford in the team, guys. Yes or no, please, now. Yeah, you got to remember, buddy, Matt D, with the pricing and stuff like that, don't worry about any of it, because the Dream Team is just for this game week. It's basically a 1 week wonder, effectively, and we don't need to worry about pricing or how long they're going to take. We just need them to do this well this week and make the Dream Team, effectively. Oh, so we had a couple of shouts for Bamfords, and now everybody's saying hell no. I mean... Okay then. Okay, chat. You're going to have to tell me who you want in these two striker spots then, because, I'm the only other one I've seen is Jimenez and DCG with a Wilson shout there. Callum Wilson, like that. That's out there. Yeah. FPL for life. No, I'm not doing a wild card. This is the Dream Team stream, and on the Dream Team stream, every week we choose a team full of players that we think will make the Dream Team. So for
Kings of the Game Week / Dream Team, as they renamed it, didn't they?
Yeah, they renamed it the Kings of the Game Week. So I'll just quickly show you guys. So this is who made the Dream Team last week. Effectively, we're trying to get as many players into the Kings of the Game Week, or the Dream Team as it used to be called, as possible. So that's why we are just choosing players for this game week, basically. Okay,
that's exactly why it's hard, because of that team there. You just wouldn't pick some of them players.
Oh no, you definitely would not on a wild card. No, I mean, you'd have to be thinking more long term. But what the Dream Team stream does do, which is really interesting, is that it makes you think about players you haven't thought about. So, for instance, the reason I was saying I like the look of Lacazette is he is somebody who's gone under the radar. He's scored every game now this season, and he's going under the radar, and you wouldn't really notice that. And the same for the Aston Villa defence. They've made the Dream Team 2 weeks in a row now. So it does help you kind of think about your other options. If you are on a wild card, it might try and help you out with some cheaper alternatives. Like, for instance, we've put Casanone in, but we come up with a little gem there earlier about Justin, who's a lot cheaper. So, it really helps kind of allow you to expand your thinking and not necessarily stick to just the templates all the time. Which is why, guys, I am not loving this shout of DCL and Jimenez, because I just think they're way too obvious this week. I know that we all want them to do well, and we know that we think that they will do well against the teams, but that is the exact reason why I'm not entirely sure I want to go there. So I'm happy to put one of them in.
Not DCL. I'm honestly got a bad feeling about DCL.
Okay, then. So I'll put Jimenez in then.
Because they've got injuries, haven't they, Everton? They've got Allen missing in the midfield, who's a ball winner. And they've got Keane in defence missing. And Richarlison's a doubt. So that's a lot of his sort of service gone.
Yeah. So I'm happy to go with one. up front for you guys, but I would love a bit more of an out there pick. Jacob with Connolly. Now I do like the Connolly one. Let's have a vote then. I seen Abraham. That's a great shout.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so guys, I would like as many Abraham, Robinson, although Nuclear, I'm not sure he's going to make it 2 weeks in a row. I mean, Aston Villa defence has, but he'd have some good going to go 2 weeks in a row, especially in the attacking position. Abraham, Robertson or Connolly, vote now, please. Let me know in the chat. Oh, and Wood. Sorry, Matt Gaming did say Wood. So any of those, Abraham, Connolly, Wood or Robinson, vote now in the chat. Go, 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 go.
I like that, Tammy Abraham. He's sort of like you say, under the radar until you said his name, and it made me think, oh, actually, he's quite involved at Chelsea, and they're only getting better now.
Yeah, that's true. So we got a couple of Abrahams.
Oh.
Oh.
Wood's fighting back.
He's fighting back. He doesn't like it. Jacob, buddy, if Connolly doesn't make it in, make a note and come back and tell us in 2 weeks' time before the Gameweek 5 whether or not Connolly made it. Definitely. This is what I like about the Dream Team. You can all make your own little Dream Team selections, go away, and then come back and tell me whether or not we should have put them in. I really think that Tammy might have just edged it. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's close. I think Saleh is in and he says Martial. It's a nice shout. I like that. Okay, I'm going to go with Tammy because that's the one that everyone seems to vote for at the time. So Tammy in. Love this. Love this. We've got some great shouts here. Let's move to midfield then. And are we keeping Grealish in the chat, people? Yes or no, please? Grealish.
Just got his England call up.
Yeah, that's true. Are we keeping him in the chat? Anthony said another Tammy issue. When Chelsea attackers get healthy, will Werner go back to playing centrally? If so, Tammy back to the bench. Well, it's not too much of a worry for this game week, Anthony. I don't think too many of them are classed to be back this week, so I think we can get away with it for a week. Get Salah. No Grealish. Okay, right. Grealish is gone. So, who are we buying for Grealish? We have 9.6 at the moment, but we can take out the likes of Mount, Klitsch and De Bruyne to free up some cash. So, Trossard. Is he not a forward? I thought he might be forward. I thought he might be forward, but I like that shout. He might be a midfielder. Don't see him there. Let's have a quick look. Oh no, he's a midfielder. Foden, yeah. Ceballos, love that, Kev Mac. Love that. Look, I don't understand why we aren't playing Saka, but don't let me get started on that, will you, for crying out loud. Like, if we just, you know, could just move on from that one, it'd be great, because the second he brings Saka back, I think Arsenal will look a bit more like the team. I mean, why didn't they just start the same team against Liverpool that they started in the FA Cup? I don't understand. Do you, Graham? Like, why not just start? I mean, of course we couldn't have Martinez, but I mean, why not just play everyone else that they played against Liverpool? Don't get it.
I don't know. I don't know whether he's still experimenting a little bit with what he wants everyone to do and just trying to change it around. But if you wanted to win it, really, go with what you know, the winning formula, so they say.
Yeah. Torres could get a start too. That's a good point with the whole Foden thing. Matt Gaming says Zaha. I think we had him last game week. Could be a bit of a shout maybe. Rashford. Get rid of KDB is a shout. We could definitely sell KDB this game week. Get Salah. I like the Trossard pick. I'm going to stick Trossard in. That one I'm good with. Do we keep Mount? Yes or no in the chat, please. Oh, I like the Podent shout. That's a great shout. Oh, James. Yotta. Love that too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I do like that. That's a great shout as well. Is Podent fit? Says Matt D. I do believe that there have been some posts on Twitter of him training today, so it definitely looks good. So it's a no for Mount. Okay, so Mount is out. And shall we have a yes no on Klitsch, please? I'll take
Ross Barkley at Villa.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that could be... Do we think he goes straight into starting, Graham? What do you think?
I think, yeah, they've bought him. They're like, get in the team, lad.
Get in, man. So we're not paying you for nothing. Malty's in. He says Podence is seen in training. Okay, so we're not keeping Klitsch. Okay, so that's 2 out of there. Are we keeping KDB? Yes, no, in the chat. Let's go.
Here's a big one. KDB or not? One.
Yeah. Oh, Jez says Klitsch, yes. City concede on penalties. He takes them. That's interesting. Oh, we've got 2 for Klitsch with the pens. Get Klitsch and no Barkley. Well, that's 3 for Klitsch. Okay. So, okay, we're keeping Klitsch apparently. So... And we've got 1 no to 2 yeses for KDB. And we got another one for KDB. So it looks as if KDB might be staying.
Oh, it's tough. Oh. Is he going to come back with a vengeance, yeah, KDB?
It's one of those ones, isn't it? I don't mind the shout on him this week. Simply because he has been a bit quiet for a couple of weeks. So you can kind of... Can't you? You can kind of see that could be... That could be one of those ones where he sneaks it, couldn't you, really? You could expect
Mahrez looks good, doesn't he, as well, for City?
He does, yep. Mahrez is a possible shout. Yeah, we don't have any Liverpool in here yet, do we? I mean, that's one we
That Jota shout was nice, Liverpool.
Yeah. Do we think he starts? That's my only concern with him. I mean, who went off?
That's what I'm trying to think. Who went off for him? I can't remember who came off.
Yeah. How much money do we have? We have 10.5 at the moment. So if we want the likes of a Mane or a Salah, we are gonna have to find some cash somewhere else. But yeah, it's difficult. Mane was sub for Jota, and
I thought it was Mane. Wasn't happy, no.
Yeah. Mane and Mahrez for KDB and Mount. I don't think we can afford that, can we? I might be able to. No, I don't think we would be able to. No, no way. Don't think we will. I'll try, but I don't think so.
Did you see the Jurgen Klopp saying, sorry, did you say sloppy to Roy Keane?
No, I missed that.
Oh, it was brilliant. He overheard them speaking before they went to go over to speak to Klopp.
Yeah.
He's like, did I hear you said sloppy? Grilled Roy Keane, bless him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can apparently. That's not a bad shout. Don't mind that. I like that. There we go. Soler says Bruno is 10.5. Will Bruno make it for a second game week though? That's the question.
Man United Spurs, going to be a battle, that one, isn't it?
It is. It is. I quite like how we're shaping up here. I'm not mad keen on playing Klitsch. If you guys want to up Mitchell or Lamperty to somebody, or even one of the ones we have at the moment, to somebody more expensive in defence, happy to do that and play 4 at the back. Yeah, I'm thinking there was a lot of love for James, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. There were flooding in the chat for James earlier.
Who are we selling for James? I mean, I think I'd like to keep Mitchell if we can. Oh no, we haven't. I was going to say, I was wondering if we'd actually made some cash on him, but we haven't, so it doesn't matter. I mean, not that it necessarily matters because it's week by week, but obviously we do need to keep a bit of an eye on the budget long term, because as we are just taking hits for fun and getting in whoever we want, we do need to be a bit careful about price. Although that's what's going to be fun to think about it, isn't it? Like later down the line, to make it, to see who actually who we can afford. Really. Yeah, who we can afford by the end. It's going to be fun. Okay. Right then. James it is. Cool. I am good with that, guys. That looks really good. So let's lock this in, I think. Matt D says Townsend is a really good dream team shout. I like that, actually. That's great. I think, though, we've been pretty much voted pretty good on this, haven't we? I mean, we've zoomed through this week pretty fast.
Yeah, well done to everyone for contributing, though. Yeah. Really, that's what it's about, everyone helping.
Definitely. Okay, I'm going to lock this in, and we're going to line up. Although, who do we want to play? I think we're all good. We're always counting the bench anyway, aren't we? So that's all good there. So it's over to the captaincy shout now. So I'm just going to go over to the fantasyfootballscout.co.uk website and have a quick look who they've got for captaincy. I'm just gonna think, who would I go for this week at the moment? I think I said at the moment I was on KDB, so I'll be honest with what I was gonna do. Let's vote. I'm not sure yet. See who they've got in the running there. At the moment it's De Bruyne with 21.89%, Salah with 18.48%, and Jimenez with 10.17%. So some outside shouts there. I like that a lot. I think we should go for somebody random too. So I don't think we should, well, I mean, we don't have KDB, so maybe we can avoid Jimenez. So who should we go for captaincy, guys, then? Let's make it as out there as possible. Let's make it a bit of fun. Quite like the Tammy shout against Crystal Palace. I don't mind Ings. Brian says Captain Werner. You know what? We should have got him in, Graham, because you can just see it, can't you? Everyone's going to sell him this week, and he's going to end up making the dream team.
Down. Is he down to 20-odd%, Werner?
Something silly like that. Let's have a look. Ooh. Oh, I think I've just...
Because, it's going to happen. I don't care. Say it now. It's going to happen. Werner's just going to start going mad on the points, and everyone will just get him back again.
Yeah. Let's have a look what percentage owned he is. Let's have a look. 28.5% now. That's well down, considering he was the most owned in the game at one point. compared to Vardy, who's 22.8%. So that shows.
Wow, it's a massive swing.
That is a massive swing. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. He is just the type of person you could see end up making the dream team next week now. Okay.
Clip that.
Okay, Barnes or... I quite like the Barnes shout, actually. I mean, West Ham have been difficult to get. Like, they've been much better in defence. But I like it because it's kind of... like, just, you don't expect it. Do you know what I mean? You don't expect it, and that's what I like about it. Trossard, like that a lot from Kev. What's that, buddy? Why are you guilty?
I'm guilty. This game week, going with my gut, and I'm actually captaining Barnes because Leicester's fresh legs, no cup fixture. West Ham had a cup game. Maybe it's time West Ham start shipping more. And if Leicester done that performance against Man City, I'm sure they're going to be getting plenty of chances against West Ham. So captaincy on Barnes. I liked what I've seen as well.
Okay, cool. Right, captaincy on Barnes then. And who are we going to vice captain, people? Let's just choose somebody really random for the vice captain. Although I've seen a lot of Ings vice captaincy shouts. So I do like the Dina shout, Jacob. We could stick our vice on. Oh, have I not made? I don't know if I'm making vice. There we go. Ings. There's a lot of Ings captain, so I might make Ings vice just to appease peeps. Like that a lot. Keep highlighting everything today. Sorry, people. Okay, cool. So this is the dream team set. And as we have a little bit of time, because we whizzed through that today, we'll have some questions in the chat. I am going live with the FPL Wildcats this evening at 8:45. So make sure you do go over and check them out and like and subscribe, ready for tonight's stream. And if you are on Twitter, I put a tweet out every week on there to get some pre-questions in if you want to make sure your questions definitely make the chat. But you know, if you put them in the chat, we're always pretty hot on them anyway, so make sure you come and join that for more question answering. But let's answer some questions anyway. Matt D says, dream team aside, if you had to pick someone from City against Leeds, I would probably go Sterling if I had him. Yeah, Sterling was great last night, wasn't he? Was it a hat trick and an assist? So yeah, that was mad. But what about you, Graham? You said you're going Barnes. Who did Barnes come in for, or did you already have him in your team?
Sonny. So Son getting that hamstring injury. I wanted to make the change for price rise.
Yeah.
Managed to do that. So yeah, Barnes in. I like what I've seen from him. I think, he still needs to improve his game on his finishing, but he's always in the right places and quite capable of picking up points.
Yeah. Hi, John. Welcome to the chat, buddy. You made it.
Yeah, he charged his phone. It's about that time again.
Okay. DCG says predictions for tonight's Liverpool-Arsenal game. Ooh.
Oh.
I think Liverpool are going to win, unfortunately, if the weekend is anything to go by. I say with a tear in my eye.
No. I think we get revenge now.
Do you think?
I think Arteta is tactically aware. I mean, all managers do it now. They look at the game footage, and I think if Arteta's looking at that and going, look, guys, didn't do this, you need to do that. And if we go out there, how we started the second half with that energy and tempo, depending on the lineup, hopefully we can nick a result tonight. But I couldn't tell you, maybe 2-1 to Arsenal.
Ooh. I feel like such a traitor going against my team, but I think I would probably go Oh, 3-2 to Liverpool. I think we're going to score a few more. Yeah, I think we're going to score a few more tonight, but I don't think we're quite going to win it. Sorry, you can probably hear my dogs going nutty in the background. We are live, so there's not a whole lot I can do with that. What is favourite team of you two? Asked Simon. So we're both Arsenal fans, aren't we, Graham? For our sins, unfortunately.
Guilty, yeah.
Guilty as charged. Matt D says, depends on the squad. If it's first team, Arsenal will find it hard, but it's not impossible. Yeah, that's a good point, actually, because it's a cup game.
Switch it up a bit, won't they?
He might switch it up a bit, yeah. Hoping Saka gets... I think if Saka plays, he will do well, and we could end up getting a few more goals than we normally do against Liverpool.
Player I'm not liking at the moment, quite disappointed. Pepe needs to bring more to his game, and I just don't see it.
Yeah, no, he hasn't really. Yeah, he hasn't. You can see glimpses of perfection in him at times.
Yeah.
And then other times you think, what are you doing? And my concern is that we're going very much down another Ozil road with Pepe. You know, where he looks incredibly good at times. You keep him because you think he should be a better player. And then we end up keeping him far longer than we should have done because basically he hasn't brought the fire. He hasn't brought it, he's just fizzled out. So, yeah, that is always a big concern for me. Barkley at Villa, John. Yeah, we did consider him for a few seconds. I think that Graham himself gave a bit of a shout for Barkley. Says he's straight in, man. Get to work. Get on with it.
Yeah, I think he will. I think when he did play for Lampard, come on as a sub, he looked really good. So he just needs to play regularly. That's all it is. So give him regular minutes, and I think Barkley will be a good FPL asset.
Yeah. So, he could be... How much is he, Graham, actually? Let's go have a look, because...
Do you know what? I've no idea, but what do you think? 6.5? I don't know.
He's got to be in the 6 mils, isn't he? I would have thought. Have they added him in yet? Oh, they haven't yet. Oh, they have, yeah. 5.9. Wow. Wow, so he must have been 6 million to start with at Chelsea and then dropped in price, I'm assuming, because they wouldn't have brought him in at 5.9. So yeah.
No way. Yeah, they wouldn't have done that for sure.
Yeah.
I think in the Villa side, they're strengthening. They're looking better, Villa, as a team. A lot of teams have strengthened in the window, and it's making it even more difficult. And I think that's why we're seeing so many crazy results as well.
For sure, yeah. Guys, I'm just interested to get a bit of feedback from you all in the chat. We tend to get some bigger numbers around the 4:30, 5 o'clock-ish mark. Just for future knowledge, let's get a yes/no, like we normally vote in the chat. Would you like the stream to be a little bit later, around that 4:30, 5 o'clock mark? Yes or no in the chat for me. And if I can, I will try and go a bit later, but obviously I try not to go too late with my streams on Thursday because most of the time we go with the Wildcats in the evening. But if most of you guys prefer this to be around the 4:30, 5-ish mark, then I'd obviously like to kind of do what you guys prefer, so definitely let me know. Jake straight in there is like yes.
Yeah,
okay.
It definitely peaks at this time. I guess it's because people getting back from work and stuff. I don't know.
For sure. Cool. Okay. Yeah. No, that's great feedback. Thank you. Kev's like no.
No. There's always one. Kev Mac.
So okay, I'll maybe try and compromise a little bit and go somewhere in between the two for you guys so that we get a happy medium. But yeah, it's just that I see that most people end up joining around this kind of 4:30 to 5-ish mark, and so it's quite nice to have as many of you involved as we can. So yes, definitely worth considering for the future. So thank you for that, guys. Okay then, is there any more questions in the chat before myself and Graham love you and leave you for a little while. Just go back to our team of last week. It got 50 points, so not bad if we hadn't have actually taken a minus 40 to get it. And we got one Dream Team player this week. It was indeed Mount, so whoever called
John.
Mount. What did he say?
He says, yes, the nephew leaves at 5, like as if it's a big relief. Like, yeah, I can watch some FPL stuff now.
I've done my thing. 101 points overall for Nonna's Dream Team, so she's broken the 100 club at least. Okay then, guys. Well, it looks as if we're all good. We're all set. We've got our Dream Team locked in. And doesn't seem to be many more questions in the chat, so we'll save the rest up for the Wildcats this evening. But thank you all so much. Oh, hang on, we do have one from Grekla. Do you guys think Podence to Pereira is worth the -4 if Podence doesn't play? So you, Grekla, is that do you mean after this game week if he doesn't play, buddy? Or do you asking beforehand, like do it now before we get to game week 4? Let me know in the chat and we'll try and answer it a bit better, because I think if it's before this game week I would be tempted to stick, wouldn't you, Graham?
I would be as well, and I think there's a reason why everyone sort of started bringing him in. He is a very talented player, is Podence. On the other hand, for this fixture, Pereira could well bag a goal for West Brom against Southampton. I know they've been keeping clean sheets, but I could just see them getting goals. Do you know what? I just don't know at the moment. There's so many crazy results. I think we're just starting to probably see more stability to defences, but it will slowly get better. We'll have to gauge it that way.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's worth the -4, not with seeing Podence in training. I think if we hadn't have seen him in training, then I would have said maybe. But I think after seeing those training pictures, he should feature at some point. And there's a reason, like Graham said, why everyone got him in. And, you know, you could end up taking the -4 to switch him out. And then, you know, find out that, you know, Pereira and Podence end up matching each other. So, yeah, you definitely don't want to be in a situation where you're down on points. And we'll also have a great run of fixtures from here on in as well for a couple of weeks. So I think I'd be more inclined to say give it this week and then decide on Podence for me, personally. So... okay then. Oh, welcome Dan. Yep, keeping Werner for one more game week. That's not a bad shout. Considering it myself, I'm between Werner and Son. You'll probably be able to catch up on my game week video. Werner out maybe for Ings or Jimenez, but I do like the idea of possibly keeping him for one more game week. And yeah, obviously there's the Son issue. Now we've seen that Sonny might actually play Sunday, but I don't know whether that's Jose just playing mind games with us all and like make people making it think, you know, should we like basically United watch out, some might be back, and then he actually doesn't turn up. I think my worry with it is that do I really want to be on this Jose roulette, you know, like we play with Pep? Do I really want to be like, is he playing this week? Isn't he playing this week? Is he away to international? Is he not away? Like it's a lot to worry about. However, the thought of having sold him for the 4 goals and then getting him back again in the wild card to sell him again for a brace, oh my god, that would just be awful, wouldn't it, Graham? And to be fair, United have looked terrible on that wing, where Sonny would be doing the most damage. So it's a little worrying, isn't it, Gray?
Yes, indeed.
If he ends up playing. Dan says, Werner, St. Maximum to Jimenez Zaha for a -4. That's an interesting one. I mean, your gut was there to stay with Werner, so I'm not sure. I like the Saint Maximum out move though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's
got to go.
Yeah, I'm just not sure. It sounds like you might not be able to afford Zaha without selling Werner, so I guess it depends on how much you want Zaha. Because if it's Zaha you really want for Saint Maximum, then you're definitely gonna have to possibly sell Werner for that switch. So yes, if long term it's going to get you the plays you want, but otherwise maybe hold on a week, and because your gut seemed to sound like you wanted to keep Werner for Crystal Palace. Jake says, thoughts on saving a transfer for after international break. I like it, Jake. If you've got no fires, go for it. I would. What about you, Graham?
Yeah, absolutely. Because obviously with international games, injuries can pick up. Don't want to curse it. Touch wood. So saving a transfer is just brilliant, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Nuclear has asked, he says he's going to save his wild card for during the international break. When will you hit the wild card, Fantasy Football Focus? Well, both myself and Fantasy Football Focus hit the wild card last week, didn't we, Graham?
Yep, game week 3 wild carders here.
Yeah.
I had lots of injuries and fires to put out, and sadly, with what happened in game week 3, it wasn't an effective wild card.
Yeah.
Because of freak results, so didn't really pay off.
Yeah. On the other hand, there was 7 points in it for me. So somewhere else on the channel you'll see my game week video, my game week review, and you can catch Graham's game week review on his channel too. That'll tell you all about how we got on with our wild card. But I think it was just 7 point swing in it for me, so I was 7 points down from using my wild card. And I think it's that thing where you see loads of people effectively using their wild card early, when I'm usually one of these people that kind of holds on for a bit longer and tries to eke it out as long as possible. So this year I was a bit like, no, this is going terribly. I want a wild card. I want a slice of this early wild card action. And then I was like, yeah, it
was fine. It was used for the right reason.
Yeah.
But what happened in that game week, no one could have seen coming. Like, I took Vardy out on my wild card, got his first few points, took him out, and then Man City, he gets a hat trick.
I know.
I mean, Vardy, I could see him nicking a goal against Man City, but the hat trick was just like, you wasted your wild card focus. So yeah, these things happen, guys.
Yeah. And you know what the other thing is as well is to not, how can I explain, you know how some people sell players and then they're just like, well, like, stuff it, I'm not going back there. Well, like, I usually say to people, try not to be that way, because if you know you've made a mistake in selling somebody, there is no shame in buying them back again. Now, that is caveated with the fact that I did sell Son for his 4 goals, and I did buy him back again to be taken off at half time for 1 point this game week. So, it's a bit, goes against what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to say to you, Graham, is that, you know what, if in a week or two Vardy is still smashing in the goals and you're really regretting having sold him on your wildcard, there is absolutely no shame in getting him back in. I don't think people should think that once they've sold a player that's for good. There can be a lot of that.
Yeah, you can get a bit butthurt and go out of stubbornness in a way, like, oh well, you didn't do it when I got you, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
You're right, Nim. There is no harm in going back to that player to get on their potential points again. Definitely.
Yeah.
But it is so easy not to do that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. FBL Magician says, "Hey, what's up, guys? Love you, early wildcarders." Yeah, I bet you
feel
do.
the love. Yeah.
all us that have wasted our wildcards, he loves it.
Can I just say though, like, even though we wildcarded, it could possibly put us in good stead still for this game week 4. So always not doom and gloom, you know. It could still, the players that you did bring in could still pull some points back in this game week, and hopefully that is the case.
Yeah, that's the hope anyway. That's all we can do, isn't it? Is hope and pray. Malty says Jimenez and Zaha. I think that was in question to Dam earlier. Matt saying basically just get penalty takers in your team. Yeah, there is definitely a shout for just going all in on penalty takers. But how boring is that in a way? I mean, really, we really need to, you know, I don't know. If that's how the game goes for the rest of the season, it's going to make FPL just so pigeonholed, isn't it, Gray? If it's only penalty takers that we have in our teams, you know, I really hope that they look at that rule at some point.
Yeah, I do believe they've taken a look at it, the Premier League, after everyone crying about it, but crying for the right reasons. Obviously, a lot of frustration, like the handballs where the player's not even looking that way, is non-oblivious, strikes his arm. That's wrong. So they're going to have a look at it and just give penalties where it is like a handball to prevent goal scoring opportunities or even the ball going to another player. So that means that getting penalty takers in might not necessarily be as effective. But I will say, maybe if you have a balance between a few penalty takers in there, it can't hurt. But then also be prepared for -5s if they miss their penalties. There's still a 50-50 chance that they could miss.
Yeah.
So stick to the outfield goals, guys.
Absolutely. A Magician says, guys, I'm just kidding. I'm sure what happened in Game Week 3 nobody expected to happen. So think of your wildcard as a Game Week 4 wildcard. Oh, much love,
I love
buddy.
the positivity.
Much
Very
love.
good mindset.
We love that. Okay, guys, well, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content here on the channel. And please don't forget to head on over to Graham's channel, Fantasy Football Focus, and like and subscribe there too. Graham, where are you at with your sub count, buddy?
I think I'm 187.
187, and we're trying to hit the 200, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So if you guys haven't already, please head on over and like and subscribe to Graham and get him up to those 200 subs, because, you know, starting out as a content creator is difficult. Yeah. So thank you, everybody. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and do make sure you come and check out the Wildcats tonight at 8:45. FPL Wildcats, and yeah, you'll find us on Twitter to make sure when we're starting. But if you head on over there and hit the notification bell, you'll get a little dingle when we're live, and you'll know that we're up and running, and you can ask us any questions we didn't get around to here there as well. So take care, everybody, and it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from Graham.
Goodbye.
Catch you guys later. Bye.